Have you ever had that experience where you've got a few challenges in life? You know, you've had a few problems and you just want to get it off your chest. Now, you need what I call your hippo time. You need a bit of a wallow. Now, you've weighed things up and kind of like on a scale of 1 to 10 where 10's death, you're thinking, well, it's only a 3, but I still need to talk about it. And then you talk about it to an awfuliser. Now, what's interesting about an awfuliser is this. They actually make you feel worse about your problem after you've shared it. And you know the phrase, a trouble shared is a trouble halved? Not with an awfuliser. A trouble shared is a trouble doubled with them. You know, you walk in thinking on a scale of 1 to 10 where 10's death, it's a 3. You leave thinking, oh my goodness, it's a flipping 9. I had an interesting experience a few months ago. Because I reckon one of the worst professions to be an awfuliser in is a doctor. Because, I mean, when you go to the doctors, you might be a little bit nervous and, you know, fearing the worst. And often a doctor's there, hopefully, to reassure you and to offer you some hope. Well, I went to see a doctor, and I reckon he was an awfuliser. Because I've been having a few stomach problems. And my wife said, I think you may have developed a bit of an intolerance to wheat or something like that. So it was going to be a bit of a lifestyle change, but I thought on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 4. It's a 4. So I'll go and see the doctor. And I chatted about, you know, what my symptoms were. And I thought he's now going to put me at ease. You know what his first question was? Is there a history of bowel cancer in the family? I thought, well, no, doc, there isn't, but thanks for putting that on the radar and making me feel a lot more relaxed about the situation. There was another awfuliser I met. They were a speaking agent, Kathy. And a few years ago, when I was trying to develop my speaking career, I contacted her and she said, well, to be honest with you, Paul, if you're not a celebrity, it's going to be very, very difficult to become a speaker. And she said, mind you, I know one guy who's really broken into the speaking market recently and he's done very well. And he's a guy who lost his leg in a landmine accident. And then there's another guy who he went to the North Pole, he took a group of teenagers with him and he talks about that. Both guys, very inspirational. And I'm thinking, well, I'm stuffed, aren't I? Because I've got both my legs and my stories and all out shopping with the kids in Tesco's rather than going to the North Pole. But it's interesting, there I was trying to break into the area of speaking and I meet someone who's just kind of like, if you're not a celebrity, they don't want to know about you. And I remember once getting a parking ticket, I think it cost me about £60, and I went back into an office where I was doing some work. I said, oh, you're not going to believe this, I must have been 5 minutes late back and I've got a parking ticket for £60. And this woman went, oh, that's awful. Just think what you could have done with that £60. Don't do a lot for you, do the awfulisers? They can make you feel a lot worse about things. So what are some of my tips now you might deal with them? I mean, have you come across them yourself? Are you one? Well, one of my tips would be this. First of all, just be aware of the awfulisers in your life. And if you've got a bit of a problem, or you've got a bit of an issue, or you need some hippo time, avoid them. But if you can't avoid them, my recommendation is just use this phrase, and some of you've probably used it before actually. You've got a bit of a problem, they ask you about it, and you just go, let's not go there. I think another thing to sometimes think about with an awfuliser is maybe just use a bit of humour with them. You know, after they've kind of like said, oh, they moved your desk, do you feel suicidal? Is maybe just to say, how long have you been a motivational speaker? And also with an awfuliser, just maybe again communicate your needs and say, do you know what, I just want to share a bit of a story here. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's only a 4, but I kind of like need to get it off my chest. And again, just manage how they communicate with you. But above all, I think the biggest tip with awfulisers is just to recognise that they are out there and to recognise the impact they have on you. So that when you realise they're doing it to you, you can just say at the back of your mind, no need to take them too seriously. They're just an awfuliser.